Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. In today's video, I would like to talk about weaponsmithing. I know this one was a while coming, but I had a million other things to deal with after 1.1, so it took longer than expected. But here we are, so let's get into it. Weaponsmithing in New World is arguably the most important trade skill that someone can master. It won't come easy, and it won't come cheap, but it'll give you the ability to craft the most powerful weapons and shields in the game. This will both make you very rich and very strong, which I believe everyone will agree is the ultimate objective of every MMO player. Leveling weaponsmithing will not come easy, as I said. It will be a grind, and you will be spending a lot of time farming. However, there are a few things you can do that will make it go a little faster. It won't seem like a lot at first, but over time, it will add up to a lot of time saving. First, you will be doing a lot of mining, because the primary material you will be needing is metals, so choosing your pick and build will be very important. For your pick, in this case, first and foremost, you will want to have increased mining yield, because the more ore per strike you get, the less you will have to farm. And secondly, luck. While leveling weaponsmithing, you will want luck, and I will explain why after. Next, for your build, I recommend going 300 strength and 100 focus, if you can pull it off. The reason for this are all of the mining yield buffs you get from the strength, then on top of that you will be salvaging everything you craft, and with the amount you will be salvaging, the 10% increased salvage yield from 100 focus will be amazing. You will also want mining luck trophies in each of your homes. No need for major, unless you have the artifacts on hand, but some luck is better than no luck. A mining set of gear with strength and mining luck is greatly advised while gathering also. There is a mining set that is dedicated to mining. I won't get into breaking it down now, because I have before in 2 separate videos. If you need this information, there is a link in the description. And always carry mining luck food, as high % luck as you can make. This can range from 1000 luck to 2000 luck depending on the tier of food consumed. And finally, proficiency potions. You want these. You never want to be mining without them. They will greatly increase the yield you get while mining ore for your weaponsmithing progression. Now, why is luck so important to you while leveling weaponsmithing? Weaponsmithing, as you are about to see, is going to require a backbreaking amount of materials. Farming these all by hand completely will be grueling and tested even my resolve. The solution I came up with was simply mining as much as I could, and when I needed to return to town to unload for weight, I would sell all the rares I had gathered. They sell quickly and for a reasonably high price. Then I would immediately take this gold and flip it into materials for weaponsmithing. This probably cut my farming by 50% overall. I'm not sure I would have finished yet or be making this guide yet had I not done it this way. The more of these things you do, the easier overall that weaponsmithing will feel while grinding it out. Now that we have covered this, let's get into the leveling. From 0 to 50. At this stage, I completely recommend farming your town boards. This will be the least expensive and best way to level your weaponsmithing. It will work to level your standing, as well as your skill, and the materials required in this range are almost nothing. However, if you choose to do it strictly by crafting, as I know some do for whatever reason, you will be making round shields. I use round shields always in my weaponsmithing training, and I will briefly explain why. When you make other popular items like the rapier for example, they cost the same as the round shield to make. However, when you salvage you will notice that the round shield gives double the potential materials back as well as double the salvage parts. So when you move into the more expensive to craft tiers, this will make a massive difference. So now that I've explained that, you will be making 100 iron round shields to hit 50 weaponsmithing. For this you will need 700 iron ingots, 200 timber, and 100 coarse leather. From 50 to 100. For this stage, you will again be making round shields, and you will need to make 283 shields to reach 100. Here is where it becomes important to do your crafting in batches, because as I am sure everyone knows, Flux has increased in price a great deal in the past couple of months due to less people playing, and even less of the remaining players doing chest runs because they are maxed in expertise. So you will need 2,264 steel ingots, 566 timber, and 283 coarse leather to make the 283 shields. But you will receive between 283 and 1132 steel ingots back for salvaging these shields. And if you make sure to spec into focus, you will receive an additional 10% more salvage materials when you salvage these shields. So you will average around 600 steel ingots back. So make them in batches and salvage them so you don't overfarm or overbuy steel ingots. from 100 to 150. So now things start to get a bit more difficult and expensive. But the good news here is this is going to be your biggest hurdle. Once you get past this hump, things get a lot easier than in the old days, and I will explain. So for this stage, you will be making star metal round shields, 490 of them to be exact. But again, only in batches. You will need 4,410 star metal ingots, 980 timber, and 490 coarse leather to complete this task. But again, you will receive 490 to 1,960 star metal ingots in return for salvaging. When I did it, my average was 950 star metal ingots total returned. So in that case, that reduced my total to 3,460 star metal ingots. And with the price of star metal ingots and flux, that's a decent amount reduced. So from 150 to 200, here's where things change a lot, and we will want to get creative in our methods. This is because the price right now on orichalcum ingots is insane, and making them equally insane. I think of course this is why so few bother to max weaponsmithing, but if you use all of the resources at your disposal in the most efficient ways, as I will show you, you will find it to be not so difficult at all. It's all in your head. So to hit 200 weaponsmithing, you will need to craft 771 orichalcum round shields. This will require 7,710 orichalcum ingots. Here's where things need to be considered. So if you were to make orichalcum ingots, you would need 61,680 orichalcum ore, which runs about 0.75 to 1 coin per. You would need 92,520 star metal ore, which runs an average of 0.40 per. And of course, 35,000 flux, which lately has been holding around 4 coin per. So the harsh reality here is you're looking at farming or buying 294,200 coin worth of materials, and I'm not even considering the iron ore, which you will need over 100k of. So if I was a new player thinking of undertaking weaponsmithing, there is no way I would do it looking at these numbers. But I have some good news. I did it today on my alt to test an idea I had, and it worked out so well. Unbelievably well, in fact. I went from 150 to 200, and my total costs were a fraction of this. A small amount almost any player in a position to be maxing skills would be able to shoulder without a lot of sweat. So here's what I did exactly. So knowing I needed 7,710 orichalcum ingots to make the needed shields, I decided to go with the rares cinnabar and tolvium instead. So I went to the market and I bought 2,200 tolvium at 10 coin per on buy order, which filled almost instantly. Then I made the orichalcum round shields. Then, after making them, I salvaged. And when I salvaged, I got, of course, orichalcum ingots, which I then took to the market and sold to buy orders for 28 coin per. So I got a return of 12,320 coin, roughly back from the orichalcum. Then I proceeded to purchase another 2,200 tolvium, in buy order form of course. I repeated this a total of 3 times, including the first, then one last time for 1,100 to finish it off. So this ended up costing me a grand total of 41,592 coin out of pocket. Now I know this is not nothing, but it is quite a big difference from the 300k we thought we would need. And take into account this was an experiment. You can again lower this by actually farming orichalcum on your own to flip, getting aptitude crates with loads of mats for free to cut costs. But nonetheless, you can see this is not nearly as intimidating as the numbers at first glance, and much more reasonable to max a skill. So it isn't the mountain you thought you were going to have to climb after all. This can again be made much easier if you use the sticky vines and spectral dust method, making the Lazarus and Genesis shields. If you can get your hands on these materials, you will cut your total mats down to only needing to make 418 shields. Congratulations, and I mean it. That was no small feat you have just completed. Now that you are 200 weaponsmithing, what do you do? What do you need? And what do you make? Well, weaponsmiths, at max level, after a little effort and gathering needed items, are in a position to make a gross amount of gold. The first thing you are going to need is the weaponsmithing set. There is currently only one weaponsmith set in the game, and it is tier 4. There is another one called the Vengeful Weaponsmith Set, but it doesn't exist as of this day in the loot table. I will update if it does get added. You will get the weaponsmith set, the helm, from High Priest Oziguera, the chest, from elite chests found in Opulence, the gloves, from elite chests in Spick and Stand, the pants from Malevolence, and the boots from elite chests found in Spick and Stand. I have added links to these locations in the description to help you locate them if needed. You can also get a +5 weaponsmithing crafted item quality on your necklace. This can be done by having a jewel crafter craft you a necklace using the orichalcum weaponsmith charm. There are also 3 trophies available to you as a weaponsmith. These trophies are the Minor Weaponsmith Trophy. This is crafted by any furniture maker using very common materials and provides a +3 to weaponsmith crafted item quality. The basic weaponsmithing trophy. This recipe will be available to you when you have the Quartermaster's Notes artifact in your inventory. Once you have this, you can craft this trophy. It will provide you with a +4 weaponsmith crafted items. And the Major Weaponsmithing Trophy. This trophy will require that you have the Forge Master's Notes artifact item in your inventory to craft. It will also require that you sacrifice your basic trophy. But if you do, you will receive a trophy that provides you with a +5 to weaponsmith crafted item quality. There are of course foods available to you as a weaponsmith that will provide you with a buff, depending on tier, to your weaponsmith crafted item quality. These foods include roasted broccoli, steamed broccoli, herb-crusted broccoli, roasted vegetable medley, and savory vegetable medley. There is also a buff you can purchase, if available, at your town governor table. If you own a house in that town, the buff will apply to you globally and doesn't require your company or faction to control the town. This is called Weaponsmith's Temperament and will provide you with a +5 weaponsmithing crafted item quality if active. So yes, to achieve all of these things will take some effort. But like anything that has such high costs, it will, once completed, put you in a position to be one of the highest gold earners in the game. So guys, that was the weaponsmithing guide. I do hope it has helped someone out there with where to go next in training their weaponsmithing skill. I also hope it has not discouraged anyone, because I know it is a rough one, trust me. Anyway guys, I won't keep you any longer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.